join the headless hunt, I'll be right there with them. Suffering is sure to win them over.
Why'd they get a pack-a-day smoker for the voice actor? YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here. Welcome back to another State of Play thanks to PlayStation. This week we are going through Hogwarts Legacy. It seems like almost every week that this is popping up with a new State of Play. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I have kind of no to low expectations just because this game's been pushed back a little bit. But hey, without further ado, let's jump into it. Warner Brothers logo, standard. Avalanche. Got very much the feel of like the latest episodes of Harry Potter. Porky Games, Wizarding World.
Lumos.
That face looked kinda a bit stale.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Castle looks pretty grand, which is what you'd hope for.
Famed school of witchcraft and wizardry, with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But
okay.
Before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries,
oh, there's a lot of pops in that crowd. Okay, so customization.
Sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you
Oh.
are the new student.
You'll
Okay.
begin your studies attending charms.
I like that you pick your own house.
Herbology and potions classes, to name a few.
Ah, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
The lip sync seemed really off in that.
Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that you will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by...
Oh my god.
We'll start with you.
The background characters.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Ooh. Okay.
You may begin.
I wonder if they're gonna add motion controls.
Bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells.
Was that a Snape lookalike?
Through potions and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
The map
Discover
looks
dungeons and
awesome.
secret passageways, as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
Clever mind, but
You may even
2
find
spells were
yourself in
Accio.
unique locations you've never been able to explore.
Lots of Dobbies.
It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the headless hunt, I'll be right there with them. Suffering Suffering is sure to win them over.
Why'd they get a pack-a-day smoker for the voice actor?
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum.
Accio.
designed to help you catch up with the other fifth years at your own speed.
Lumos. Challenging puzzles. Accio. Lumos.
Abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet. Let's go.
Yeah, too much story giveaway. Well, I must say, this looks a lot better than the first version of this that we've seen, so it's come a long way, but I forget when the release date was for this one. But it's looking nice.
Defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
It's got a couple of dodge mechanics in here as well. Ooh! Wow, this is a nice little combo. Man.
Slam with Descendo.
Descendo.
Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can
This is sick.
use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest
Ooh.
foes. Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style.
He loves the Accio combo.
Ultimate duelist.
This is nice. Woo!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades.
Skill tree.
Skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic.
Just upgrading Accio every time.
Buy or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
I'm actually looking very forward to the classes.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to increase unsuspecting enemies.
That's fantastic.
In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind
Oh, sick.
how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
Interesting.
And over time, you'll learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
Alright, Luna Lovegood.
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
Haha, nice.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to
Like an
sense
upgrade
what you need
space?
and then provides it for you.
Oh. Oh, that's cool.
Peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew
Time-based
potions,
stuff?
and upgrade your gear.
Oh. It's very mobile game-esque.
Named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it? Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
What? Huh? Is this The Sims? Buckbeak.
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear. But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards, emboldened by the turmoil of the times, wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts.
Merlin was a Hogwarts student as canon? What the heck?
Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding
Gringotts?
in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards.
Harry Potter is a Souls game confirmed.
Explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Oh.
Spells. Befriend new Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding.
So you start as a 5th year, but do you progress from there? Like, do you do 6 and 7? That's actually really sick. Copyright coming, so speaking through it. Holiday 2022. Wow.
That was your first extended
Whoa.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hang on. But it's still going? Oh.
Witches behind the game.
Okay, watch this.
The attention to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20 years.
Yeah, this is such a good IP for a video game. We haven't had like a good one for a long time.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way. Like, it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize.
I think that's where they have such unique experiences. The fact that they've got like movie sets and other games to work off.
Seeing things portrayed for the first time, maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all of these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south? And we just felt like we had to answer those questions. We're creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, you know, in the Wizarding World that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding World from...
The trophy list on this is going to be
but now,
bleh.
With this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their own. Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started with rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we'd start with a new feature, we'd dig into that. And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Yeah.
Being able to put
really
our
cool
own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. You know,
I've played it in Lego Harry Potter.
What is the common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway, I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new Wizarding World.
I recognize that doorway. Lol.
When people engage in the Wizarding World, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And for us, we really felt like that answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry, is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game, because you're gonna have to walk it.
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this castle.
So many things to Accio.
Create those very important locations, and then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to, and we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Adding a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's gonna be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts Legacy.
Love how it just had a plug for the movies.
Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
Wow.
Our show.
There you go.
Hope you're excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
Well, I think that was pretty good. I think it has a little bit more that needs to be polished up, but obviously it's still got a fair bit of time until it needs to be shipped. Like, we're in March now, it's coming out holiday 2022, so it could come out like December, mid to late December. But overall, I think it looks really cool. I originally thought this was just going to be like an action-adventure game, so to add RPG elements is really cool. Some of those features in there are pretty nifty, and I think really take advantage of the Hogwarts world as well. So I'll be very keen to play this one when it comes out, obviously. My girlfriend is a Harry Potter Hogwarts nut. She's literally got, as you can see probably there, a little cauldron with different wands and supplies and stuff like that in it. Yeah, so I'll be definitely picking this one up when it comes out, and hopefully it'll be a good one, because as I say, we haven't had a good Harry Potter game in a long time, especially when the movie tie-in games came out. Some of them were really good, some of them were pretty meh. Obviously I have really fond memories of the PS1 episode 1 and episode 2 games, and then obviously it moved to PS2 for number 3, but yeah, this seems like it's going to flesh everything out a little bit more, so very, very keen to check that out when it comes out. But for the moment, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Tap the bell icon after subscribing and you'll never miss a video again. And consider checking out my Facebook page as well for daily gaming updates and news. Thanks guys.
YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here. Could you believe that today marks the 10th anniversary since the PS Vita's launch in the West? Well, today we're going to go through why this device was so ahead of its time.